So you're self-employed and you want to buy a house, but your friends and family tell you that the chances of you getting a home as a self-employed person are zero. Well, they're not. You can actually buy a house. It's just going to involve a little bit more paperwork and maybe a little bit more patience than it would if you were a W-2 employee. So let's talk about what is required as a self-employed person. So the big difference is, as a self-employed person, you get to write off expenses, which means you have income that comes in, and then you have income that's reported to the IRS. The income after all expenses is what we use as qualifying income. So we are going to ask you for your personal and business tax returns, if applicable, partnership returns if you own more than 25% of the business, and your profit and loss and your business bank statements for the last 3 months to get you pre-qualified. So that is a lot more paperwork than your W-2 friends are going to have to provide, but you are also a business owner, so there's a little bit more involved in the situation. The way we look at your income as a self-employed person is we look at the net amount. So bottom line after your expenses are claimed. However, there are certain expenses that we can add back. So let's call those good expenses versus not so good expenses, or expenses that don't help you at all in getting a mortgage. So the expenses we can add back are depreciation, depletion, business use of home. There are a few others that you can sometimes add back, but those are the big ones. So bottom line, if you're self-employed and you want to buy a house, the first thing to do, honestly, sometimes even before getting your credit pulled, is to sit down with a lender, look at your tax returns, figure out how much qualifying income there is, because there's a big difference between actual income that you earn and qualifying income that we can use to qualify you for a home loan. So we need to come up with that number. So we'll sit down, figure out what that number is, figure out if you're ready to buy now, or if we need to take a look at how your CPA could structure your taxes over the next 1 or 2 years, depending on your situation, to get you approved. Or we could also look at loans that use less traditional ways of documenting income, like bank statements, to qualify you. So as a self-employed borrower, there are a lot of options. They just are a little bit different than if you were a W-2 employee.